What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to Cardlife. My name is Splat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while and continue to play this fun little game that's currently in alpha. What we need to do now is we need to make armor. Until we make armor, we got problems. And so I'm going to make a helmet first. Oh, I could have customized my helmet, though. Oh, I could have had like a baller custom helmet. Damn it, I failed. I failed so hard right there. I am the fail sauce. Now I gotta go get more stone. Welcome on back. If you didn't catch the previous episode, as per usual, shame, shame. I know your name. But it's kind of a crafting, building, Rust meets Minecraft type deal that I think a lot of people are going to be into simply based on the interesting aesthetic and some of the things that I've seen that they have the intent to put inside of the game. Like, I'm really excited about the addition of some of the craftables that are going to be in this game. Stuff like mechs and rideable dinosaurs and, you know, dungeons to explore and things of that nature. I think there's the propensity for a lot of cool things to be added to a game like this, especially if, and I think that's the big part about the whole thing, is like, for example, if you look at the way that, like, Minecraft did things, because that's a very similar game to this title. I think part of the reason of the success of Minecraft was A, that it gave people adult Legos they could play with. B, the second part of that, is that Minecraft kind of developed its own lore and kind of its own universe with, like, Slenderman and all that kind of stuff. And I think it added to kind of the atmosphere of the game, and that's what caused it to grow. If this game can do something similar, it can develop and get away from, like, generic enemies like goblins and things of that nature. Or, if they can keep the goblins, but they add some kind of storyline, or some kind of things that you find that add a little bit of soul to the goblins, or you make it so you can become friends with the goblins, but by becoming friends with the goblins, you become enemies with somebody else on the map, or something like that, the game starts to develop its own rapport with the player. It starts to develop its own mythos, or its own mythology, and I think that's a good thing. And that's a direction that I think this game wants to strongly go in if it wants to develop kind of the rabid fan base that a game like Minecraft has. Because let's be honest, with a game like Minecraft, it tends to suck all the air out of the room for all the other crafting sandbox shenanigans that you can get into. I think our pickaxe is about to break soon enough. But luckily enough, I think we've got enough stone from right here to last us a good long grip. Let me grab the few remainders that are around. I would recommend that maybe they add the objects that you mine, they suck into the player. So basically when they pop out, they assign to the player and then they suck into your character. That'd make things a little bit easier because I find that I'm leaving chunks of stone and stuff all over the place. And so, like, you don't want to do that. You don't want to leave chunks of stone. I'm going to wait for this pickaxe to break too. There we go. Stone pickaxe is broken. That's fine. It actually got a lot more durability than I expected it to have. What can I do with the compacted stone? So with the compacted stone, I can make a founder's stone statue. I can make a signpost. I can make a billboard. Let's make a billboard. How do I customize it right here? So I don't want to customize it that much, but like, I don't know what I want to do with this, actually. I don't even know why I'm doing it. Just make it. We're going to make the stone statue, and it's going to do its thing. We're going to put it, like, over here. We're going to have stone friends so that we can pretend like we have people to associate with and be friends with. So there's our first little Calvin statue we got going on right there. Pretty rad. You do get to customize your character, by the way. Your character would normally show up right here, but it's not in the game just yet. But when you create your character, you can actually customize him. You can cut him out of cardboard just like you do everything else. And you can make him look like whatever you want him to look like. I, for example, made his hairstyle a lot different than it normally was. So we got that right there. I wanted to get after some armor. We can customize this right here. And so it looks like, oh, we're customizing the shoulder pieces, are we? Oh, you can customize all the little areas. That's interesting enough. Okay. Let's go down with something like that right there. But instead, I want it to have like a dong plate right there that kind of protects me from harm. And then on this side, we'll put in like a little bit of battle damage right there. Yeah, there you go. A little bit of battle damage. Or maybe just make it look like, perhaps, someone's taken a chunk out of it at some point. Perfect. Just like that right there. I think the creative aspect of this game is really what's going to get people, especially if they can get it so that you can... I think if they can get it to the point where people can actually hook a tablet up and they can sketch out the things that they want, people are going to be pretty stoked about this title because that gives you a level of artistic freedom that I think a lot of games don't give. I'm going to go down with something like that right there. And hopefully it doesn't make me look like I have just like one massive titty. I'm going to edge that out a little bit right there. I'm going to edge that out. Oh, really? Why is it not letting me go below that line right there, I wonder? Maybe because it's part of the collision of everything else that's in the game? I don't know. We'll take that up to right there. We'll spike it out like we did the other side. Right here, we'll kind of take that downwards, just like we did on the other side. And maybe a little bit of battle damage right there. There we go. Make it look a little bit better. Nice. And so with the epaulettes, I'm kind of wondering like how much freedom they're going to give me with these. Because what I want to do is I actually just want these to look like normal epaulettes. Like I don't want to have all the edgy stuff going on. I'll just do something like that right there. And that looks okay to me. And can I do the... Oh, it does it on both sides. It mirrors it for you. Very nice. Cool. I love creating in this game. Like, in all honesty, it's one of the more fun aspects of the game. And I think that's going to be one of the big things that sells the game to people. So with the gloves, what can we customize on the gloves? It's just the little bracer area. I think I'm going to make it like a tad thinner, in all honesty. It looks like it has to go out to like right there. Yeah. That looks alright to me. Actually, go ahead and restart it. I don't think I connected it the way it wanted me to connect it. So let's say that at the top, we've got like a ruffle. Then as it goes down to there, what I'd prefer to do is I actually wanted this to be a tad thinner. I do like the way it smooths your lines for you too. That's very helpful. So we'll take that into like right there. Yeah, that looks a little bit more like what I was going for. I probably should have ruffled it along the bottom a little bit, but I like it. Ain't nobody ever going to see this armor anyways, or if you can see it, there's no way that I've figured out so far to go to third-person mode. It may be in the game, but if it is in the game, I don't know about it yet. And there's not a whole lot I can do just now. For our tools, I needed to bring in a little bit more with the pickaxe. What did I need? I needed 10 fibers for that. Well, damn, we're going to be back out and on our way farming. But in today's episode, what I want to do is I want to dive down into a cave and get myself into some trouble, I think. I wanted to get into a fight around here, if at all possible. So let me go gather the stuff that I need to get the tools that are required in order for us to do some exploration, and then we will be on our way. Nerd Castle, we'll be on our way. Are you hyped about it? I hope you're hyped about it. So us being good right now on all the supplies that we need in order to get things done, I've got my sword. All I needed was another pickaxe in case we get down in there and we find that there's some kind of ore or anything else that we wanted to grab along the way. And so in the interest of greed, I'm going to drop all that stuff in right there. And let's go ahead and craft ourselves a pickaxe. Pickaxe is done. That's good to go. Let's break out a torch for a second. And let's find our big hole in the ground. I think it was over here. Big hole in the ground? Where'd you run off to, big hole in the ground? There you are. Big ass hole in the ground. Let's have a look and see. Oh, this is not the big ass hole that I thought it was. Is there something right there, though? No. Looks like it's just dirt. Well, let me find that cave. I don't know where that cave ran off to. There was like a cave around here somewhere that had like a big old chasm that you could travel down into, and there was a goblin inside of there. And I want to get my revenge on the goblin. He ruined my adventure. He made it so that I didn't feel welcome and or safe. And so now he needs to be punished. I need to get up in there, and I need to put a grip of hurting on that goblin. I think this is it right here. This looks like the spot. All right, so let's dive down in here. And down in this little area, I don't see anything. That actually has kind of a coppery tone to it. It's also got a metallic sound when I'm hitting it. That might be something. Ooh, copper ore. Yeah, we found ourselves some copper ore. I realize it's a little bit dark right now, but seeing as I haven't really figured out a way to deploy a torch or like equip it on my character or anything like that, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of solutions for you. My assumption is that they're probably not going to give me a whole lot of copper, because that's going to allow us to jump up to the next tier of gear, which is probably going to be a come-up. It's probably going to make us a little bit safer as far as the game goes. I'm also wondering if the game follows any kind of like vein mechanic. I can't tell if that's working right there. I'm going to swap spots on it. There we go. And let me have a little look at what we got going on here. So I got another copper ore right there. There's a couple more dithering along the top. I assume that I'm about to make copper bars or something at some point. That sounds like there's still a little bit of metal in there. And so my guess is that it does follow some kind of like vein mechanic. I would like to put the torch down. Like, I don't know if I can place the torch, but I would like to place the torch. At the minimum, if the torches are not going to be placeable, my recommendation there is that instead they allow you to equip it on your person like a lantern, essentially, so that you have like a light aura from then on in, so that you can explore like this without getting into too much trouble and getting too disoriented. It does look like the vein runs pretty deep on that copper. Sorry for the darkness right now. I can't really... I believe in a thing called love, but it's a little too dark right now. I believe in a thing called love. Just listen to the rhythm of my heart. We'll be rocking till the sun goes down. I believe in a thing I love. That's legit like one of my favorite songs of all time. You guys have no idea. When that song comes on, I rock the hell on out. It's a little dark. Alright, so let's see what we can do down in here. We got our copper. We went ahead and mined that node on out. Was there anything else down here that was looking sexy? Like, was there anything else down here that I looked like I wanted? No, it doesn't look like it. I think this place more or less just kind of ends on a dead end right there. And while that's okay, I was hoping we'd get a little bit more out of this place. I was excited about adventure. I was hoping it was going to be one of those sprawling complexes you find in other games we're not going to name right now because I feel like I'm bringing them up too much in conversation. There's the hole to get out. And, like, you would just end up exploring a cave for, like, hours on end, and you would find, like, treasure and stuff down in there. That was one of my favorite parts about the unnamed game. And so, since we've got nothing better to do, let's go look around and see what's going on with some of these new biomes over here. Like, I'm sure there's lots and lots of stuff that we can get up to right now. Probably not, like, a ton, considering the game's in alpha. But it does look like there's, like, evergreen trees up there, or, like, whatever. Like, it looks like there's, like, pine trees and juniper and spruce and all that kind of stuff. And I'm wondering if different biomes have different things available to the player. I don't see any bad guys around here. I also don't see any mining veins along any of these walls. And so we're not going to worry about that for right now. I do think it might be a good idea, though, to leave, like, place markers around here so that I can find my way back home if I need to. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to take this right here. And since it's cheap, we're going to make a bunch of these cutouts to guide us home. There it is. And so our ability to whittle should not be underestimated. And so what I'm going to do is we're actually just going to make signposts to guide us back home in the case that I end up getting a little bit too lost and I can't find my house again. Because the house is important to me. You spend a lot of time, you save a lot of money, and you finally get into home ownership, man. And then you lose your house. If you've ever lost your house, I have. I've lost my base before when playing other games, like Rust and whatnot, and it sucks. It sucks when you're a new player and you finally have something and then you lose it. And you can't find it anywhere. Can I see that statue from where I'm at right now? I can kind of see it. Like, as long as they're within eye shot of each other, that's okay. And so our signpost is right there. Got a big old mountain on that side. Looks like we got a wolf over on that side. In order to make a bed, I'm pretty sure this wolf has to die. Like, I'm not a fan of killing wildlife, but this dude's got to go. And I've got a Bowie knife with his name on it. So let's get up. Oh, there's many of them. Oh, that's a bear. Let's maybe not mess with bears right now. I don't think that's a good idea. I think messing around with bears is a great way for me to get tore up today. And I don't want to get murked. I don't know how long the map goes on for, or if the game just keeps generating more map for you as you continue out in one direction. That's one of those things that I really have no idea if that is the case. I'm extremely hungry. Well, let me go ahead and fix that then. There we go. I'm nourished now. There's a lot of animals over here. I think if I can pick off a couple of them. Hey, you. That's right, you. I'm talking to you, son. Oh, I got a stone sword and I'm ready to use it on you. Oh, he's hitting us so hard. Our health bar is disappearing way faster than I like. That's right, you get out of here. He's exploded into a pile of meat and a pile of leathers that we can probably use later on to either feed ourselves or make sure that our loins are girded in the most Conan-like of fashions. I think that our health comes back slowly. And so as long as we can avoid picking fights for right now, I think the light radius needs to be brought up on the torch to, like, by a lot. so that you can actively see a bit better with it. I don't think it's that useful of a tool right now, but with a little bit of loving it might be. Oh, he's trying to kill me now. Don't kill me now. Don't kill me. I'm stabbing a wolfie, stabbing a wolfie. Gonna stab a wolf till he explodes into meat chunks. I've got a blade with some holes. Alright, so what is that right there? Oh, it's a raptor. Let's maybe not get eaten by a velociraptor today. That seems like a scary prospect, and I just don't want to mess around with dinosaurs right now. I don't feel like dinosaurs are a good call. We should just leave those alone, maybe not get eaten by them, and I'm going to continue to farm out as much leather as I can get, though, while I'm over here. Wolf, pull back over this way. There we go. I need you away from your friends, because as long as you've got squaw, you represent a very real risk to me. Alright, so he's down. I don't feel like the armor is helping very much. I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy right now, but the feeling that I'm getting is that armor may not be protecting me as well as I would like it to protect me. Maybe we should craft some leg plates. That might add a tiny bit more mitigation, but I don't know. So leg plates are the next place we're going to go. So we've got the squire's legs right there. Not going to customize those because honestly, I don't even know what I'm going to do to customize those. Can I put the torch like over there on my character? Is that possible? What are these slots for right here? It looks like those look like little DNA helixes or something. We might be able to modify our DNA once we get further into the game. Do we have any real printout of what this stuff is doing for me? Oh, I saw shadows moving and I got scared. I was like, I don't know if I want to play around with shadows right now. I don't know if this is a good idea. Wolfie. Would you like to come and play? Wolfie. Come out to play. I really don't feel like the armor's helping, but what do I know about anything? I just don't know how I feel about it. That did give us some leather, though, and I am curious to see what we can make out of these little hides. So we've got light wolf pelts over here. Let's pull back over to a safe spot. We need to regenerate anyways. What can we craft out of these? I do love the fact that it gives you like a printout of all the stuff you can make out of this sort of stuff. So it looks like we can make something called a coarse hide. We can also make beds of varying quantities and qualities if we have wood, and I do. So let's make a bed then. I'm going to make a bed, and what we'll do is we'll drop that inside of our house once we get back. As of right now, though, we're out on expedition, and I don't think that's something that I want to focus on. If I can kill off just a couple more of these wolves, I would feel much safer about my prospects in life. Hey, you, come over here. Hey, you, get into my car. Man. I feel like most songs from the 80s that are like definitely the tracks that they use for rolling credits at the end of a movie somewhere, they all kind of sound similar. Who's that lady running down the road? Who's that lady? And they've all got kind of like that Michael McDonald sound to them. I'ma be there. And they've all got like, I don't know. There was like a vocal tone that people used back then where like everybody was trying to be like Hall & Oates and shit. Like everybody. Oh, there's a hole in the world right there. I assume that if we fall into that hole in the world, something bad is going to happen. Oh, it's because there's a cave. I want to know what's inside the cave. Cave, can I enter you? That's how I like to introduce myself to everyone. I'd be like, hi, can I enter you? What's going on in here? The ambient lighting trick that they pull on you when you go into caves is kind of cool. How it like blacks out super hard. I don't see any ores or anything inside of here, although this would be kind of a cool place for a base if we could make it work. Like having this little area overlooking the rest of the land might be kind of fun. I think I came down from that way. I think that's my little post guy right there. So we'll drop another one right here just to let you know that you can see another statue from this location if you want to. What's in this direction? Anything else interesting that Splatty needs to be aware of? No copper inside of... Maybe copper inside of here. No copper inside of there. I thought maybe, but I don't know. Let's keep going in this direction. You can clearly see our statue from like this direction. Nothing down in there. No goblins, no demons, no devils, or anything of the assorted sort. You can see our statue from right there, and that's going to be the last of our placeholders. That spot looks like just another big old bomb blast ditch. I don't know who's running around with dynamite right now, like blowing things up, but they need to stop. They need to stop with a capital AH. I could actually use some more wood, too. I think we are, like, fundamentally out of that stuff. So let's chop down a tree or two while we're in the neighborhood. I like this area. Like, the fact that this topography has just been generated by the game, I love the fact that there's, like, two sheer cliff faces on either side, and then you've got, like, this little valley in the middle. I like it a lot. Like, I like it a lot. This would be absolutely be the place that I would settle. If it was me playing, like, in a final edition of the game, this would be the place where I would put my base. Like, I try to get it a little bit better at cover, but I like it. Just, I like that feeling of being enclosed inside of kind of like a dome or in kind of like a funnel area, like a Thermopylae type deal. I like that feeling. It makes me feel safer. I don't know if it actually is safer in any sense because being down in a valley where anybody can spot you seems risky, but I like the coverage we have here. I like it a lot. So we got some more wood right there. It's failing to generate some of the aspects of the terrain. I'm assuming that that's going to get cleaned up as the game goes a little bit further on into development. I have noticed that as being like a frequent consequence of what the game is trying to do with its rendering. Is there anything down in here? I'm extremely hungry. Ooh, there's copper down in here. Well, let's eat some berries until I no longer feel hunger. Like, I no longer tango hombre. And then we'll knock out some of this copper right here and see if we can find more of it. I hear the sound of a goblin. This cave goes down deeper. Might be worth looking into. It might also get me murdered. Keep going. Yeah, there's definitely a goblin down here. And something tells me we're going to have to fight the little bastard. Oh, he hits pretty hard. Yeah, he's taking a chunk out of us. Little douchebag. So what does a goblin drop when you murder him? It looks like he dropped a coarse hide and he dropped rancid meat. Okay. Ruby, 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 so ho. Destination unknown. Ooh, there's a bunch of copper right here. We may have to take this back to base and see what we can do with it. See what it do, Nerd Castle. See what it do. And that actually looks like it's going straight down for a minute. I think that, as in the case of Minecraft, it's probably a terrible idea for us to be digging straight downwards. And in fact, I think I just learned that lesson all over again. No! There's multiples! No! If you guys wanted to see the character editor, you could do that through here. Pretty cool stuff. We could actually go through and we could do something like that right there. He's got a little chunk missing from his face, but we could clean that up. We could give him like elvish ears if we really wanted to, like so. Or that would just like draw that into his hair or something. I don't really know what I'm doing anymore. We'll draw that over to there. We've got like some hair going on. We'll give him like some scragglies. And then from that ear right there, we'll kind of have that go around like so. I think that's where I went wrong with the other ear. And so there it is. You can kind of have yourself, you know, a thing. You can redraw it too if that makes you feel better about the situation. Have like a ear like that right there. It's not going to adjust though. And then if you wanted to cut out the eyes and do that, you could do that through here like so. However, it is a little sensitive about where it connects everything. So watch out for that. So you can actually like customize your character. We could add some eyebrows so that we look a little bit devilish. There we go. We have kind of like a devil may care thing going on so that we look like we're a tad psychotic. Scare off the goblins a little bit better. And then as we get that in right there, we can go in like so, and like there's our eyes. And so now we're looking a little bit crazier. We could also add like some teeth, like so that we can be a vampire. We can be a vampire. Blah, blah. There it is. We're a vampire now. Now we've got teeth. We've taken something innocent and we've turned it into something evil rather rapidly, but I'm known for doing those kinds of things. It's kind of just like a thing that happens. We can give ourselves like a jack-o'-lantern nose right there. Like so that we take on like a whole new Halloween bent. You can do all kinds of cool stuff with the customization of the game. And so I do recommend it. Like, it's fun. Like, you can make your legs look a little bit different if you wanted to. You can make your arms look a little bit different. It's entirely up to you what you want to do. Like, we could give this guy a little bit of definition and tone. So, like, there's the calf muscle right there. We'll bring that back out. We're going to give this dude, like, some workout thighs. There it is. This dude went to the leg day. There it is. Beefcake it on out, son. Beefcake it on out. And then we've got, like, our calves going back out right there again. Yup. So, see? Beefcake. Beefcake. So we could be all beefed out. We can look all muscular. Let's get him some arms up in here, too. Let's get him some guns. You know what I'm talking about? Like, we got to have the muscle to impress the ladies. And so there it is right there. Oh, I can't let go of the click. Okay. All right. So then we'll go out on some forearms right there. Yup. So get the forearms rocking. Then we got like a little bit of bicep action going on. Beefcake! Beefcake! We can look all swole. Get some muscles on in there. I feel like I could probably do that better. That's what I'm feeling like. I'm feeling like, so with that side, I feel like I could do this better. So we got the elbow, and then we got to go out to the forearm. There we go. A little bit of forearm action happening. Bow, and then boom. Bicep, son. Bicep. Yup, that's what I'm talking about. Now we're swole. This game is called Cardlife. I just wanted to show it off because I figured you guys might like it. I am never going to find my gear in that spot where I dropped it. And so having lost everything, I returned dejected to ending the video. Thank you for joining me. If you wanted to get the game, I got all the requisite links for you down below so that you can get it. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like down below. It helps the channel out more than you know. It helps keep me going as a content creator. I will see you all later. Thank you for stopping on in. Check out the Patreon if you wanted to support me further. Hi do, and I'll see you next time with more indie games.